So, I was talking about dreaming and what exactly is a dream and what is it made up of, right? What are dreams made up of? Dreams are made up of memory, right? Dreams, like what exactly are dreams? Are just like these like trips that people have at night, you could say. People refer to dreams as psychedelic trips because like people would make a joke about how your brain, every living organism creates has DMT contained in it, right? So dreams are so every time you have a dream, your brain is creating DMT, right? And DMT, serotonin, and melatonin are very similar molecular structures. And in these molecular structures, your brain creates or contains them while having a dream. Therefore, like it's the physical chemical itself, right? So let's say you see yourself as a physical body. Let's say I see myself as a physical body from the outside, right? And what is and in the physical body, all there is he's possessing a consciousness or awareness from the physical body. And all there is in the consciousness are stored memories, right? It's mind and thought, right? And in the mind and thought is a subconsciously stored as a memory, right? So every time you think of something, you're accessing memories, right? So I was thinking about dreaming in relation, because dreams are created by memory, technically. So every time you have a dream, it's a subconscious projection of your memories. Because much like if you ever see somebody or something, you technically can't think of them, right? You can't think of something without it existing in your memory before you store it, before you subconsciously download this memory as being an access way to what you imagine. So you can't imagine somebody or something before you've seen them, right? And you end up having a dream about them or something before you've seen them, right? Unless it's like a prophetic experience. So, what exactly is a human soul, right? There's soul and spirit. What is soul and spirit? Is pretty much human consciousness from your physical body, and there's nothing more to it, right? So every time you're aware in your physical body, and you say that you have a soul, what a soul is just could be referred to like what it could be referred to nothing more than like your awareness or your consciousness placed in your physical body, right? Therefore being the physical consciousness itself. So, and what you experience in the physical consciousness is the third dimension, right? And if you look deep down of like human consciousness and all there is to existence, what are you going through is time. There's nothing more to your awareness than time, right? Besides like being placed in that physical body of like what you're doing, who you are, your ego, right? Your soul, your spirit. So usually soul and spirit is directly linked to your physical body possessing the consciousness to call yourself an ego, right? What's the ego? Is like your physical body seeing yourself as a person, right? What you are, who you are, what you look like, what type of person you are is attained from your physical consciousness, right? In your body. Let's say I see myself from the outside, right? And talking, I'll stand outside from my physical body, and I see there's nothing more to existence than the physical third dimension, right? And when people say you have a soul, then the soul and spirit is directly rooted from your human consciousness in the physical body, right? So I believe dreams are astral projections, and they're more to like when people say that dreaming when people say that dreaming is nothing more than just a dream, the dream doesn't mean anything, and the dream isn't referred to as a spiritual experience. I think dreaming is a spiritual experience because, like, every time you have a dream, it could be seen as an out-of-body experience, right? So, what happens in a dream is that you visit memories, right? And in the memories, it's a subconscious. It's a subconscious projection of, like, your memory, right? You unknowingly create, like, what you experience in your life. Like, let's say you go somewhere. Let's say you're at your house or you're hanging out with somebody, and later on that day or night, you have a dream about hanging out with somebody or in this specific place, right? It's a subconscious. It's technically when you have that dream. Technically, when you have that dream, you're accessing that memory, right? The memory. So dreams are made up of memories, right? Technically. So if you see exactly what is a dream rooted or linked to directly, then dreams are created by your subconscious experiences that you've had in your waking life to have stored as a memory, right? So in that memory is a gateway or a portalway to a spiritual plane, right? That you know, and as imagination you create whatever, right? And in this realm of imagination, if you access, every time you think of something, the mind and thought is your physical brain. What is a mind and thought? What is a thought? Is your physical brain, right? It's consciously, it's your human consciousness, like, accessing your memories, right? So every time you have a thought, your physical brain, your human consciousness, you're consciously accessing your memories, right? And therefore you think of something, of what you experience, right? And all of this is rooted to the physical life itself. So every time you have a thought, it's directly always linked to the it's bound to, like, what you experience physically, right? So are dreams astral projections, right? Are dreams out of body experiences? I believe that they are, to be honest with you. I believe that dreams are out of body experiences, and what they are is that, like, your soul or your spirit leaves your physical body and it travels on to other dimensions that people would refer to as, like, a spiritual realm, right? It's like So you think of the fourth dimension as time, right? You stand outside your physical body, and there's nothing more to life than the physical dimension itself to sit there and you say that, like, all there is to life after you exit your ego is just like a physical plane and a body, right? And what is in this physical dimension is existence. And what is existence? So you sit there for a moment and you sit there for a moment and you So our dreams spiritual experiences, and our dreams are a tool for spiritual exploration, right? So every time you have a dream, you're visiting, like, a spiritual realm of its own, I believe. So if I see myself sleeping, and he's having a dream where, right, about what, it's usually about, like, what you were doing in your real life, right? Is this person traveling onto a spiritual dimension, right? I believe that they are, and there's more to life than, like, the physical bound to the laws of life, right? So you sit there for a moment, and then all there is to existence is human consciousness, right? And in the human consciousness is just pretty much your physical body is alive, right? And it's possessing the human consciousness. And all there is to existence. So if I stand outside and I see myself as a human consciousness in a physical body, and all there is to it is he's sitting there going through what he's storing memories, right? And all there is to life and like the being is all he's sitting there doing is that he's sitting there alive, right? Like creating memories. He's creating memories, right? And that's all there is to the being, is he's sitting there creating memories, and that's it. He's sitting there as a physical consciousness itself creating memories, and every time he creates the memories, it creates imagination and thought and thinking, right? So when it creates imagination is a portal way to the spiritual plane, right? A spiritual realm of its own, of like the infinite possibility of imagination, right? So I'd say imagination is a portal way to a spirit realm of like the infinite possibilities of like what you imagine, your idea of like whatever this and that is created by your thought, right? Well, what you imagine, let's say, like, you have an idea of heaven, and my idea of heaven is like, let's say my idea of heaven is like a sunny day. Let's say it's like summer, right? It's summer solstice, and I go outside and I like enjoy the summer day, right? It's enlightening. So where does this idea, I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that like if I see myself as a physical body from the outside, if I sit outside my guy, right, and all there is to existence and being is that he's just sitting there storing memories and going through time, right? All there is that he's sitting there, and upon the human consciousness, all the human consciousness is doing is storing memories, right, and experiencing what you can in the physical plane to have created the memory or whatever, this and that. So, as a human consciousness is that you can access the spiritual realm that I think is imagination. So, is imagination a spiritual realm? I believe that it is, and I believe that it is, and it can be seen as a tool or a gateway to explore the infinite possibilities of what you imagine, right? It creates what life is. It creates what life is, and it creates art. It creates whatever imagination creates, this and that. You know,